Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Liftoff interview. I am here with Return to Form's Hook Resets. How's it going?
Well, I'm doing well. Just vibing.
All right, great to hear. And Return to Form, considered one of the favorites, I guess, to make it through Liftoff. I wanted to ask you, how far do you think you'll get?
So I wouldn't play if didn't think I could win, and I definitely think we're we should make it to Nassau. Like just the sheer caliber of players, I think with enough practice, like we're definitely Nassau players.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I think a lot of people believe too. Now, the other thing I also wanted to ask, I feel like I know the answer to this, but how did you guys come up with the name Return to Form?
I'm actually terrible with names, so I had to phone a friend and I asked a community number one name creator, Obscure Breads, and he came up with it. And his in his words, it was kind of just um, like players who he was at first trying to just find something that was like chill players or like positive mentality players, and he came with return to form because like I took a break for a season. Leo's just been around for forever. He's
Mm-hmm.
been playing well. And Muffin's kind of the outside because he hasn't been in Nestle, but
Yeah.
he's proven that he can play. So it's kind of like, it just
Yeah.
works.
No, that's completely fair. I was thinking just more along the lines of, um, both Lob City and Plink Plonk having kind of disappointing placings in the last season, and then you not playing at all. So I assume that's kind of where Return to Form came from. But yeah, good to know that that is the lore behind the team name. Now, I wanted to ask you, right, and you can include your team for this because you're very confident you can make it to Nassau. Who do you think will make it to landing?
So just I at first when I looked at the thing, I was like, oh, I thought I saw 10 teams are making it to landing. So I was like, oh, well, that's not that bad. Like out of 16, and then I looked again the other day, and I'm like, oh, only 4 teams are making it. So that's a lot harder. Just in terms of my top four, other than me, do you want me to say 4 teams other than mine, or can I include mine? Because
You can include yours as four, or if you want to throw in like a fifth quote unquote honorable mention, feel free to do that as well.
okay, my other team that I definitely think will make it is Modern Magic. We've been playing them a lot, and I think the synergy that Froggy and Ron P already have is really good. For just coming coming and playing like relatively recently, and Carmine is just freaking the goat, bro. Bro, kind of stomps it a little bit. Um, Other than Modern Magic, I think that Rose Petals have a really good chance of making it as well. Um, Luke is one of the upper tier goalies of the game, and by himself, I feel like this guy just is a monster. I've played against Doxy a lot recently in tournaments, not like super recently, but she's definitely beaten me like the past several tournaments that I've played. To be fair, I was just like these were like random tournaments I was playing in. I haven't like competed with an actual team in a while, but Doxy still played really well. So I have a lot of confidence in them. And I think Twisty and Luke duo a metric done, and he's been a pretty steadfast, solid player for a while. So
Let me clarify though, it won't be. I believe it's not Luke who's playing in Liftoff. It'll be Zoro or the Fool. I don't know if that changes your perception, but
yeah, I thought that it was like the other way around. I thought they were planning in landing, or that he was playing in liftoff and not in landing. But if it's Zoro instead of Luke, it's close. I think that Luke's definitely better, but Zoro's not bad by any means. It will definitely be interesting. I'll still put him up there because I believe in the players, but it will definitely be a slight downgrade. Just for solo carry potential, I'd say
sure.
anything from Luke. Um, Other than that, another team to shout out is Platinum Exclusive. These guys, I'm fairly certain have been tournament demons for a very, very long time. They've played together for such a long time that I just see them. I just it's hard not to see them making it. I don't know if I would say they'd make Nassel, but I definitely can see them just cruising through pretty well.
Yeah, that's fair.
Uh, I honestly don't have too much to say about their players individually. They've just all showed up very well on their own. I mean, Josh and Zay especially, they they're very flexible in that they'll change their style a lot, and it's just as long as they're still the level that I saw them last time, I don't I see them making it.
Bear in mind they are role swapping back to their old OG roles. So Josh back to
Zay
midfield,
and
Zay back to
Josh,
brawler.
which is fine. I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Um, what was there another team you had? Sorry, or
I'll give the honorable mention to pass because I definitely also could see them like making instead of rose petals, for instance, just because honestly, a lot of it off of being tragic, being such a beast of a player. Um, when I watched him scrimming LC while I was not playing, as they were the sub team for last call, Tragic was just doing so much. He's a huge monster in the midfield, and as from what I played against him in solo queue, still really freaking good. So I believe in that team.
hey, there's a reason he's been sitting at top five for a little bit in NA. But I wanted to ask you, are there any teams you're excited to play against?
Yes. One of the teams I'd say definitely is Flying Blabas. They are such an interesting team to me. Just as Pensando, I love that guy in solo queue. He would win like probably 85% of the games just by being like 5 times better than the other goalie. And he would be really impactful on the map. And as long as I haven't seen him in forever, honestly, but he's made it here. He's clearly capable, probably getting Juno banned every game. Like that's super interesting to me. And then the player I want to shout out is obviously Fire Maiden. I mean the Norms god. I've played against him a singular time in a custom where I was playing goalie, so it didn't really count as I sucked. Uh, I want to play against him in the midfield and just see how he plays more than anything. There's so much hype. It's hard not to want to play against someone who gets hyped up that much.
Hey, I mean, the up and comer getting to have a chance to test himself against one of the veterans of the OS scene, right? So that'll be an interesting matchup if it does happen. But one more thing I did want to ask you. Is there anything you'd like to say to anyone? Anyone you want to call out or just shout out?
Um, So definitely shout outs to my teammates for pushing through kind of what was a little bit awkward of a tryout phase. It was a long tryout phase. And I appreciate them for just beasting through the openings, and I'm looking forward to play with you guys still. Um, Shout outs also to specifically Borg and Fresh because those guys really made me as a player. I think before last call, I was definitely just Arrow One Trick who was very mid at everything else, and they transformed me into what I am now, and I really appreciate them for that. If I can do one last shout out, it's to all the interviewers from last time who just hyped me up. Gramella Liari, um, Dropleto, and Muncher. Like you guys are all my goods, so thank you for that. Appreciate
Oh
it.
yeah, great to hear. And hey, maybe there's a chance you could end up playing Fresh and the new team in Nassel if things pan out well enough for you guys. But I suppose that is all from us. Thank you, Hook Resets, for coming on. It was a pleasure having you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for asking.
Yeah. Well, to everyone who's watching, don't go anywhere. Be around for liftoff. It'll be a pleasure to see you there. Bye.